Good morning, y'all. We out here um doing the morning walk. So I figured this morning I'll do something a little bit different. I'd read books, and I don't know if I mentioned that in my previous videos, but I do read books. And when I was younger, it was more or less like mystery books, like romance novels, horror stories, stuff like that. I used to literally like just walk and like read like everywhere. I was a very, very avid reader. But like as I got older, I kind of like, as life was happening, I kind of let it go. So now I'm getting back in my bag as far as reading is concerned, but my taste has changed. So when it comes to movies, I still like thrillers. I still like solving things. But when it comes to like reading now, it's more or less like self-help books, like autobiographies, things that I feel like will change the narrative of my life for real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like in fantasy land when it's reading time. And I don't know, maybe that might change one day, like as I get older and things start to align more in my life, and I feel like I got time for that. But like for right now, instead of reading something that's just gonna strictly affect my imagination as far as like escape is concerned, I kind of want to read stuff that's gonna like ground me and keep me here in reality and in the now. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna change my situation either now or sometime like in the near future. So with that being said, y'all, if you're new to this channel, my name's Alicia. The name of my company is Tenacious Fruits, where we specialize in crafting tea blends comprised of dehydrated fruits, vegetables, and herbs. I dehydrate the fruits and vegetables myself, and I'm on a goal to building my company to $1 million company. And yeah, you're gonna see a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Me taking on side grinds, things that I've learned. I'll be talking about herbs. I'll be talking about a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? So if you're interested in business, herbs, life, all of that stuff, tap in. With that being said, I'm about to do a book review. So I just got done reading this book called The Let Them Theory. And I have to say that I really wasn't prepared for this type of book, but I'm grateful that I read it. Because up until this point, I have been reading books that kind of would help me to envision being like an entrepreneur. And those books have been very, very beneficial because those books have been a part of what's gotten me to this point. Like, envision what you want to do. Envision the life you want to live. Like, envision that house. Envision that car. Envision all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, I'm still working on the house and the car. I'm still in the hood, but it don't matter. It don't matter. Like, the first part, executed. You feel me? Envision being an entrepreneur. I've been chipping away little by little. That's what it is. Little steps every day. You know what I mean? So now I'm getting to the point where like there are things in my life that I feel like is like actively stunting my growth right now. Some of the things I'm aware of, some of the things I'm not aware of. So it's just kind of like I want to be the best version of myself that I could be. So, I started reading one book. I forgot what the name of the book was. It's by one of those actresses. I forgot her name. But anyways, I'll probably give y'all a book review about that too. Maybe. But, so, in the middle of reading that book, I got invited to a women's gathering that just kind of like it strengthens women, gives women the tools to be the best that we could be, great entrepreneurs, You know what I'm saying? Great at executing our goals and all that stuff. So through this program, I was able to get a book. And the book was by Mel Robbins called The Let Them Theory. So, anyways, man, this book was like beast mode. It's raining again, y'all. This is funny. But I'm out here, y'all. Let me get this on. Alright. There we go. Glasses all foggy and stuff. Alright. Anyways, the Let Them Theory. So basically, I'm gonna give y'all a rundown of this real quick. It's like basically talking about how like utilizing this let people be people. Sometimes like let situations be situations. And it kind of goes back to that like serenity prayer, like, Lord, help me to accept the things that I can't change, right? And like, but then in the same token, it's like, let them, let that, but then let you move accordingly and do what you got to do in your life to make your life better. And it was so many different aspects of that. Like, you know, aspects when it comes to like your children, people you work with, relationships, just everything, man. It hit, like, there were some things that she literally like spoke about every possible scenario, from being in relationships for a long time to being single and dating, to the dynamics inside of your nuclear family, to like, you know, dealing with like step family and all types of stuff. And the book was filled with like chastisement, but also like compassion and understanding. It had me like laughing because there were a lot of points in the book where I saw myself. You know, naturally, sometimes when we're looking at stuff, we want to point the fingers at other people. But, you know, I've gotten to the point where I want to stop pointing the finger at other people, you know, and I want to look at myself. It doesn't mean that some people aren't wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I want to focus on more of like, what's my reaction to something versus something like what's happening to me, like what's out of my control, right? Like I want to focus more on what I can control. And I feel like this book has captured like the perfect way to do that. This book was so powerful that there's people out there getting let them tattoos. Like it's crazy. And I like, after reading the book, I understand why. And yeah, y'all, it's something that's gonna change my life, because it's like I found myself. It's so funny because before I read this book, I found myself being more distracted by wanting to see change around me than within me. And so it has distracted me from doing what I can do on the inside of me to make me better. Like at one point, I was like, it is raining out here, y'all. This is crazy. Trying to get my walk on this rain. But like at one point, you know, I was doing my gym thing and I was doing it good. I started seeing some gains, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how I messed up. Instead of like just focusing on being consistent and eating the right things, I started like asking people what they saw. You know what I'm saying? And trying to see if you know what I'm saying? And because I was so focused on what other people thought, it made me lose track of just staying consistent. And then like life hit, business hit, things started crushing me. And because my focus wasn't on point, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't withstand all of that. You know? So I was like, yo, this time when I go to the gym, I'm not going to focus on the same things I was focused on. And two, another distraction was like me wanting to help other people like on their journey with their fitness, and I ain't even there yet. You know, like they might be in pain or something like that, and I'm like, you know, movement helps and blah 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 blah. But man, at the end of the day, I should have just been, I mean, you want to help people, but I should have just been focused on me. You know what I'm saying? Because my influence, my actions would have spoke louder than my words, and I'm starting to understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it takes life lessons to really get you to where you need to be mentally. You know what I'm saying? So this book has definitely helped me to just sober up in my thoughts as far as what my expectations are like from other people and what my expectations are from myself. And honestly, in reference to everybody else, I expect nothing now. I expect nothing. And from myself, I expect the very best effort. If I'm not giving myself that, then what am I doing? You know? But that doesn't mean that if somebody's working within a close proximity of me or have some type of contribution to my life, that I don't expect certain things to work in a certain way that's in alignment with the vision. But in the same token, if it's not in alignment with the vision, then straight up it got to be cut. So listen, y'all, if you haven't tapped into the book, I'm telling you, this book is good for anybody. I was raised, to believe that first of all, any environment that I was raised in, the hood and all the dynamics, family dynamics, broken family dynamics, and all that stuff, I believe that there was a lack in emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to emotional intelligence, I'm talking about, something happened in your life, somebody make you angry, or something happened in your life that's devastating or something like that. Being able to sit down and let those emotions process, but don't act erratically off of those things. You know what I'm saying? Because I found out that emotions is chemical, basically chemical things that go on in your body that causes you, I'm sure that it's connected to your soul. But it's also chemical things that go off in your body, signals in your body, right? That lets you know that pain is here, right? It makes your heart race, you sweat, you cry, stuff like that, right? But being able to allow those things to happen without being erratic and unpredictable. And I don't think that I learned that growing up like that. I think what I learned predominantly, what was in my face, was the complete and total opposite of that. And I thought, you know what I'm saying, because I couldn't do that, because I couldn't respond that way, because I also thought that people that responded that way were stronger than me, And so, as I went through life and continued to have more experiences that built up and built up and built up, and then my behavior started to become erratic as I got older. In turn, it just broke me down in the long run. It just broke me down. My body couldn't handle it. My body was in constant fight or flight, and my mind couldn't take it till one day, everything just kind of broke down for me. I went through a period of just constant anxiety. And I don't know that I'll ever fully recover from that snap that happened in my mind and in my body. That's why I have so much compassion now for people that go through that period of anxiety, or what they consider I'm going crazy, whatever it is. I have so much compassion for that, because I understand. I know. And then it's when you're going through it, it's the world around you don't understand because they're scared, and whatever you're going through, it could be giving them pain. that they don't really want to experience, and they want to tell you things that they think is going to help you to fix it. But in reality, it's a lifelong process to heal from that. Like when your mind snap and your body give out and you're just like, yo, I can't take it no more. The room is spinning. You know, it seemed like the buildings are closing in on you. Your heart is racing all the time. It takes I'm here to tell you, like, it take a while to like get over that. You know? And I'm still on that journey of healing. You know what I'm saying? But so as you can see, it's really important for me, especially now being like a business owner, to really like work on the things inside of me that's gonna make a for real difference. Because what point is it in me, becoming a millionaire like I want to, or getting money like I want to, if I'm not happy inside, if I'm not content? It's not gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna matter. You know what I mean? So that come first. You know what I'm saying? Like finding that peace, like being vigilant about that peace, right? Like it don't pause. Like Tenacious Roots don't pause, but there's also things that I gotta do at the same time. Like I gotta be vigilant about my health and wellness. I gotta do these walks. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta read these books. You know what I'm saying? And just really, really be focused on seeking that peace. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, y'all, like I was saying, I don't know if I said it earlier, I said a lot today, and I think I really took this vlog as like my diary and being super transparent. But whatever, like, it is what it is. I don't mind. I'm posting this. It is what it is, yo. Because at the end of the day, yo, like all the people that, you know what I'm saying, watch my videos, you feel me, like I consider y'all friend for real. So I'm gonna keep it funky for real. Like I want to normalize having conversations like this, for people to see the real, right? Because like, who knows who's out there that's going through the same thing and they need to hear something. Like, you know what? I thought I was the only one. That's what happened with me with reading this book. Like there was a lot of things that she said in the book that I was like, I thought it was just me that felt this way or that was struggling with this thing. And it's just like, nah, you know what I'm saying? No, there's more people out here that's going through it. Like, here this woman, I'm about to keep it real with y'all. This woman is a millionaire, right? But like, she suffers from like ADHD and like, so what happens from, I wouldn't say suffer, but she labeled it as like ADHD, right? So the byproduct of that is like, you know what I'm saying? She's a visionary creative, right? Millionaire, was able to get her family out of financial crisis and all of that stuff. But when it comes to like at home and like making sure that like she's messy, you know what I'm saying? Her attention is very short. Like, her husband might be talking to her and she might do something else in the midst of him talking to her and don't even hear what he's saying and stuff like that. Like, she gave all of these examples and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I had to have a conversation with my husband. Like, I feel like she's talking about me and you and not her and her husband. Cause like, if I didn't have my husband by my side, like, he keeps me organized. Like, yeah, I'm doing a business thing and stuff, and that's what I'm talking about labels. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all of us out here is going by these societal norms and labels and stuff like that, but we're not living in times like that no more, right? Like, it's different times. Like, we're not living in an industrial era. We're living in the age of information, so things is different. So you got my husband out here, he's working a 9 to 5, holding it down, and then I'm the visionary creative. So I'm like, boom, let's create a business. Like, let's, you know what I mean? Get out of this this financial rut that we in. You feel what I'm saying? This poverty. And like, we contribute to our family as a whole. But I'm telling you, like, if I didn't have him to organize stuff, like when I see stuff, like, cause I got my business in the house, so you can only imagine that it's like clutter. I got my business in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work from a commercial kitchen, but a lot of like the inventory and stuff like that, There's not enough space in the commercial kitchen, so whatever is like left over from what I can't put in the commercial kitchen is in my house. So imagine there's stacks and stacks of these bins and stuff like that got my inventory in them and all types of stuff. And I'm telling you, if I didn't have my husband to help me keep stuff organized, I'd be a whole mess. I am not an organized person at all. I'm a visionary creative. But look at Einstein. You feel what I'm saying? He was a visionary creative. Bruh's hair was always messy, so you already know what was up. You feel what I'm saying? You ever look at somebody that's compassionate about something, you know what I'm saying? Like, that they're researching and they're day and night and they're obsessed with it. You know what I mean? Because they say, like, when you trying to be an entrepreneur and get what you're trying to get in life, you got to be obsessed with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to feel like, yo, there's no other choices, yo. I'm making a decision. This is the only choice. So think of Einstein. You feel what I'm saying? I'm sure his desk and everything was looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? People probably was telling him, like, yo, Einstein, take a break, man. Like, yo, you always like, yo, go relax. You know what I'm saying? Go, you know what I mean? Go see a show or something or whatever it was at the time. You know what I mean? But the legacy that Einstein left, you know what I'm saying, was out of this world. People still talk about Einstein to this day. I say all that to say that, yes, there are some things in my life that I have to accept about myself. Like I told my husband, I'm like, yo, when we get rich, and it's not just about being rich, like filthy rich. I'm talking about being financially well, to the point where I don't have to worry about how I'm going to pay my bills, and I can help some other people out there too. That's what I'm talking about. Because right now, I can't help nobody. I can't even help myself. I'm still trying to bring the company up to a point where I could pay myself. You feel what I'm saying? But there are some things about myself that it's just who I am. Like this lady that's a millionaire, there's some things about herself that's just who she is. So, you know, when we can afford it, I'm gonna get somebody to come in and like clean my house and like do the dishes and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, I don't like doing that stuff. Like, I could cook. I can make some bomb meals. My husband loves my cooking. But some women could do it. Hats off. You know what I'm saying? Where you can run a business, cook clean, mop sweep, all this stuff. You know what I mean? And everything be. But I cannot. It's overwhelming. And I'm so happy that my husband understands that. He comes in where, like, if I'm feeling tired, had a long day, like, I'm checking emails, I'm in the kitchen, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm about to be working 6 days a week. Grinding, trying to get this money up for Tenacious Roots. And me and my husband just bounce off of each other. I'm just so blessed to have a man that understands. That's not like, oh, quit your business and get in a house and do this and that and that and that. That he understands. You feel what I'm saying? And he is literally like the yin to my yang, yo. You know? And I'm also happy about reading this book to allow myself some grace. You know what I'm saying? And to apply the pressure where the pressure needs to be applied. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't frustrate myself on the things that are just absolutely like, you know what I mean? Maybe this thing with, like, how she calls it ADHD, maybe that's always going to be a thing with me. And I need to just be like, okay. You know what I mean? And work on the things that I can change. You know? Or the things that I can improve. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always a way around something. You just got to be resourceful. You know what I'm saying? So don't stress myself out on the things that I'm just like, oh, I feel like I'm broken forever and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to be able to. No. Look at it from, like, I mean, look at her. She a millionaire. She not walking around like, I'm broken. This can't never be fixed. Da-da-da. She got systems in place to assist with that. And I bet there's other people that's multi-millionaires that got a whole team behind them to fill in for the places that's their weakness. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, y'all, listen, I'm just talking y'all ear off and stuff like that. But if you ever have the time, I would strongly recommend that you get this book, Mel Robbins, The Let Them Theory. I'm about to read her other book. There's another book I want to read, and when I'm done reading it, I will give a review on that too. But she is tough. She got that tough love, you feel what I'm saying? But she also got that compassion. I'm saying get into it. Like, if you want to improve your life, you want to improve your relationships and all that, get into it. But anyways, y'all, my husband's calling me. I gotta go. Tenacious Roots. Peace out.